Hello, viewers. Welcome to Daily Text, where we bring you the juiciest drama from everyday lives. Let's begin with today's story.
Ruth, hello. I hope you're doing okay. We haven't heard from you in a while.
Sorry, who is this?
What do you mean? It's Isabel, your literal actual daughter-in-law?
Oh, that's right, it's you. You know I keep deleting unnecessary contacts from my phone, so naturally.
What?
LOL. Lighten up, Isabel. I'm just joking. Sort of.
I see. Well, that's a relief, I guess.
Anyway, what do you want?
I just wanted to ask if you could pick up Pearl from school next Monday and babysit her, since Mark and I would like to spend the day at our friend's birthday party. It's adults only, so otherwise we would have taken her too.
Um? Why can't you find someone else to babysit the girl? I have other things to do. I can't be on grandma duty all the time. LOL.
I mean, I only ask because I heard from Rose that you offered to look after Tim that day. Because Rose and Liam are going to be at the party as well. They're a part of the same friends circle. Since you're babysitting your grandson anyway, it wouldn't be that hard to pick up your granddaughter too, right?
Alright. I guess I can spare some time to do that. Whatever.
Whatever. I heard that you eagerly offered to take care of Tim. It's only fair that you do the same for Pearl. What's with the lack of enthusiasm? They're both your grandkids, right?
I guess they are.
And also, Pearl and you haven't bonded as well as I'd hoped. It's very important for grandparents and grandchildren to have a good relationship. And I'd really like for Pearl to get to know you better.
LOL. And what about what I would like?
Huh? What do you mean? Isn't that what you want too?
Listen, Billy. Just because we share some blood doesn't mean I'm going to get all chummy with your kid.
What are you saying? You can't possibly mean that. She's literally your granddaughter. Maybe you just don't feel fondly towards her since she's at one of those ages. I understand that most kids get exhausting to be around once they turn 5ish. So I get it, lol, but there's no reason to be so harsh.
Oh no, you've got it all wrong, LOL. I have nothing against the age personally. I quite enjoy my time with Tim.
Then are you saying you really don't like Pearl? But she's your granddaughter. She loves you very much.
Oh, I know. She never stops running her mouth when I'm around, which is frankly quite annoying, I'll admit. Children are a reflection of their parents.
What? What are you implying?
Oh, nothing. Just that you and Mark are a prime example of bad parenting. I mean, who doesn't teach their kid basic manners? But then again, there's nothing more to be expected from trashy lowlifes like you, LOL, so I shouldn't be surprised.
Trashy lowlifes? Wow, Ruth, that's a bit harsh, isn't it? I can't imagine what we might have done to provoke this kind of name-calling from you.
Well, I'm saying it as it is. It's just the plain truth. Come on, I mean, between Mark and Liam, we both know Mark is the useless one, LOL.
What? Mark? Useless? How can you say such a thing about your own son?
Don't worry, I've been saying it for years now. He's always been the family disappointment. He's used to it by now, LOL. And since you married the disappointment, you should start getting used to it too. So, of course, the same goes for Pearl.
I can't believe this. Mark did mention that you didn't have the best opinion of him, but to call your own son useless and a disappointment is a bit too much.
I'm just speaking facts. Liam made a wise choice by getting into medicine early on. He earned himself a reputable and respectable profession, and he makes a lot of money. The likes of you couldn't even imagine it, LOL. I mean, have you seen the way they dress, the places they go? The number of cars they own, their luxury and elegance through and through. You and Mark, on the other hand, Mark willingly chose the life of a struggling artist after all, so he's getting what he deserves. You're both broke, living in a rat hole. You probably barely make the rent, lol. So of course, I don't want anything to do with scum like you.
Wow, this is unnecessarily mean and brutal. Maybe Mark chose the struggling artist route, and maybe he doesn't make as much as Liam. But that doesn't give you the right to discriminate. And Mark is certainly not useless. He's helped you out so many times before, hasn't he? He's always been taking care of the matters at home since his father passed away. And he always makes sure your fridge is full. He's always trying his best to take care of you.
Yeah, because he's a weakling, lol. I'm just speaking honestly. It's inevitable that you guys will end up on the streets at one point. I just don't want to be associated with that, lol. But I'm sure that Liam will help you out of the goodness of his heart. He is the prodigal son, after all.
Right. The same Liam who couldn't even make it for your birthday because he didn't have the time.
Don't sass me. At least he's a busy man because he has a job, lol. Mark just draws some lines on a page and calls it a day. It's pathetic. Liam is more likely to support me in my old age than Mark ever will be. That's why he'll always be my favorite.
Well, that's some messed up logic. They're both your children, right? It's a shame that you treat Mark unfairly based on what you see on the surface.
I'm just looking out for myself. You guys live in a rundown studio apartment with barely any space to even breathe. Huh, as if I could depend on the likes of you for anything. It's your fault for being the way you are. If Mark had followed the career path I had chosen for him, his life would be 10 times better. Anyway, I'm doing you guys a favor by still keeping you around, even though I don't consider you a big part of the family. So, don't complain.
I see. It's really upsetting that you feel this way.
Huh, you did this to yourself. Just be grateful to have Liam and Rose around. They're the saving grace of this family. I heard that Liam even lent you guys some money so you could make the rent last month. You should be ashamed of yourselves for asking. You're giving me secondhand embarrassment. God bless Liam for having such a kind heart. Anyway, I have to go. Maybe you should give our conversation today some thought. And think about how you can be better if you really want to be treated fairly.
Right. Goodbye. A few days later.
Hey, Isabel. Are you there? You better check your phone ASAP. There's something I have to tell you.
Hello? What's the matter? I thought you were with Pearl and Tim. Is there a problem?
Yes, I don't know how to tell you this without making you overreact. You know, I hate it when you get overdramatic.
What do you mean? What happened?
Pearl is in the hospital.
What? What do you mean? Hospital? How? Why? Hey, Ruth, why aren't you picking up my calls?
Shut up. I can't answer your calls right now. I just put Tim to sleep. You'll wake him up. Liam won't be pleased if he finds out his son didn't go to sleep at bedtime.
What? What are you talking about right now? Didn't you say that Pearl was at the hospital?
Oh, right. About that. She hurt her head while she was playing. She's such a careless girl, honestly.
What? Her head was injured? How bad was it? And which hospital are you guys at? Mark and I are on our way. Hello? Ruth?
Timothy woke up because of the constant buzzing. Look at what you did. Now I have to put him to bed again. Do you always have to make things difficult for me?
Huh? What do you mean, bed? Aren't you at the hospital?
What? Of course not. If I was at the hospital, who would take care of Tim? LOL. I can't ignore my responsibilities just because your daughter got herself in trouble.
What do you mean? Then who's with her?
The neighbor. You see, when I got to the car, I realized I didn't have enough gas in my tank to drive her there. The person living in the apartment next to mine was nice enough to offer to take her. So obviously I said okay. Then I realized it was bedtime for Tim. So I told him he could go ahead without me.
What the hell? You sent your hurt and injured granddaughter to the hospital with a freaking stranger? What's wrong with you? Don't you have any conscience whatsoever? Whatever, I don't have the time to sit and argue with you. Just know that you're a despicable woman.
I don't think I deserve to be insulted like this. It was more than kind of me to send her to the hospital at all. I mean, why should I care about someone who I don't consider a part of my family?
Disgusting. I can't believe that this is your thought process. Please don't talk anymore. Just find out the address of the hospital from the neighbor and send it to me now. When Mark and I rushed to the hospital, we found our little baby girl with a gaping wound in her head. She had to get 7 stitches. A few hours later, when recounting the story of how she got injured, Pearl told us that the reason was actually her grandma. You see, Ruth had been so concerned with chasing around Tim that she had pushed Pearl out of the way and sent her tumbling down the stairs. Obviously, Mark and I were enraged. Not only had she lied to us by blaming Pearl for her own injury, she had also been careless with our daughter beyond redemption. After the incident, Mark and I agreed that it was time to cut off Ruth forever, and we blocked her everywhere. Not to say that the act was met with much resistance from her, not until this happened.
Hey, Is. How are you doing? I heard that you and Mark finally bought a new car. Congratulations! I never imagined that would happen.
Thank you, but who is this?
Oh, come on now. Let's not kid around. It's me, the mother of your beloved husband, LOL. You can be so silly and forgetful sometimes.
What? Ruth? I specifically blocked you so that we'd never have to talk again. I was hoping you were smart enough to get the message.
Message? What message?
Never mind. What I mean is, why are you contacting me right now?
I just wanted to catch up with my favorite daughter-in-law.
Favorite daughter-in-law? How is that possible? You're not my mother-in-law.
What? What are you talking about?
You don't understand? You don't seriously think that after everything you did to my daughter, Mark and I would still consider you as a part of our family, right? I mean, that's just ridiculous.
What do you mean? But I'm her grandmother. You can't push me away.
Of course we can. LOL. Besides, what's with the newfound love and favoritism towards us? Mark is just a useless, good-for-nothing, right?
That's what I thought. But then I heard that you guys bought a new house of your own and a new car too. I couldn't believe it at first. But then I drove by and saw that it was true.
You drove by? That's creepy. Remind me to get a restraining order against you.
What? Wait, please. You can't leave me like this. You see, I really need your help. The only reason I always treated Liam and Rose as my favorites was because I'm knee-deep in debt. I had no idea you had that kind of money too. Anyways, I always thought you and Mark the best, but I had to do what was needed for my survival.
I see. You should be ashamed for lying. Don't you remember the countless times you insulted Mark and I? Even though Mark helped around the house matters the most. Even though Pearl was your own granddaughter, you let her get hurt so you could suck up to Tim. You didn't even have the sense to take her to the hospital yourself. What kind of a grandmother does that?
You're making it sound worse than it was. I told you that I didn't have gas in my tank.
You left her to go with a stranger. How dare you come back and try to claim that we're your favorites? You have some audacity thinking it's right for you to ask us for help now? After all the cruelty you put us through. Isn't that a little harsh? It's unfair. I heard that you were helping out Liam and Rose with their finances all this time. I didn't know that Liam has been out of job for a while now, spending all his money gambling. If you had told me that they were depending on you for money, if I knew the truth, I wouldn't have treated you that way. Doesn't that count for something? No, it really doesn't. All it shows is that you're just a vain, selfish, greedy person with lots of issues. You judged us purely based on what you saw on the outside. You put us at a distance because you thought we were broke, because we didn't flaunt our wealth like Liam and Rose. And most importantly, you never treated Mark as a son just because you didn't believe that he would amount to anything. If you had bothered to get close to us, you would have known that Mark has a successful career that pays him in thousands of dollars for every piece he sells. And we've been saving up all this time so that we could buy a better place to raise our family in. I see it now. I always saw the potential Mark had. I was only mean to him because I was trying to push him to be better. And see where that got you. In fact, all credit to Mark's successful career goes to me. So you see, you really owe me a lot. You're shameless. Mark and I have agreed that we want to have no further contact with you. You should be glad that we didn't press charges on you for the Pearl incident. But if you try to approach us again, we will involve the law. Goodbye, Ruth. Huh? Wait! You can't do that to your own family. You guys are the only people I have. You're my family. And I need your help. Without your money, I'll have to give up everything to repay my debt. Please. Hello? Isabel? Finally, after that, Ruth tried to contact us a few more times in many different ways, begging for us to help her out with her debt. She even showed up at Pearl's school, insisting that she wanted to spend some quality time with Pearl and bond with her. Of course, Pearl, who now dislikes her grandmother, very much refused. When Mark and I found out about this episode, we immediately went to the police so that we could keep her as far away from our daughter as possible. Eventually, I heard that even Liam or Rose weren't able to help her out, and she fell prey to loan sharks. She had to finally sell the house and all her things to be able to pay back all the money. After that, she quite frankly disappeared from the radar.